right, so we're looking at circles, and we're looking at the area of circumference, which measures the distance I'm traveling all the way around a circle. Okay? Okay, so we're looking at circles, and we are looking at the idea of distance around a circle, which is the same thing as finding the circumference of a circle. We're measuring how long does it take for me to walk around this figure? What's the distance that I traveled? And the equation for circumference is 2 pi r. So we're going to look at this question, and I know that my radius is 6.3. So I'm going to take 2 times pi and multiply it by 6.3. I'm going to use my calculator just to do this. So I'm going to do so I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to do 2 times 6.3 pi to get my answer. And I'm going to get it to be, looks like I'm going to get it to be 39.6 inches. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to do 2 times pi times 4 to get my circumference. I'm going to do 2 times 4 times pi, and I get it to be 25.1 miles. We're going to do this for a couple other, you're going to do it for 3 and 4. I'm going to jump up to 5 and 6. So in this case, guys, I have my diameter is 14. If you guys remember, diameter is twice the radius. So in this case, my radius is 7. So I'm going to do 2 times pi times 7, and I get that to be basically 44 kilometers. And I put it in. We'll do the same thing here. With 4 kilometers, and it looks like my radius is going to be 2. So I could do 2 times pi times 2, and I get that to be 12.6 kilometers. Okay. You're going to try 7 and 8. We're going to jump ahead to area. And if you guys remember area, this should be a quick review for you guys. Area is pi r squared. So in this case, I'm going to do area equals pi, and then radius squared. So in this case, it's going to be 8 squared. So I'm taking 64 times pi. In my calculator, I get 201.1 miles squared. We're going to do the same thing here. Area equals pi times 9 squared. So I'm going to take pi times 81. And when I do that, I get it to be 254.5 miles squared. In this case, we're going to try this with knowing the diameter. So I'm going to take the diameter divided by 2. I know my radius is 3.3. So I'm going to do pi times 3.3 squared. And I get it to be 34.2 centimeters squared. Do the same thing here. I'm going to divide that by 2 to get my radius. And I get it to be 4.6. So I'm going to do pi times 4.6 squared. And I get that to be 66.5 centimeters squared. Hopefully that helps. Let's just look at another type of situation in which I know the area. And I want to find the circumference. So I know area is pi. Come on, pi. Pi r squared equals 28.3. What I'm going to do is just divide both sides by pi, because I want to find out what the radius is. So I'm taking 28.3, dividing it by pi. And I get r squared to equal 9.0081. And when I take the square root of that to get what r is, I get r to be 3, basically 3. So I'm going to use the radius of 3 to find the circumference. Circumference is 2 pi times 3. So I'm taking 6 and multiplying by pi. And I get my circumference to be 18.8 feet. We'll do it one more time. I'm going to say 18.1 equals pi r squared. Divide both sides by pi. And you get r squared to equal whatever 18.1 divided by pi is, which is 5.76 units. I'm going to take the square root of both sides to find out what the radius is. And I get the radius to be 2.4. So to find the circumference, I'm going to do 2 times pi times 2.4. And I get it to be, circumference to be 15.1 centimeters. I'm going to ask you guys to try these questions for me, and when you guys get back, we will talk about these. Hopefully you guys had a good break, and talk to you soon.